Hello Heathlands and welcome to Sign of the Day. So I've got with me today Coco the puffin. Coco the puffin. Coco the puffin. So I don't know what puffin is inside, but I do know that he's a seabird, aren't you, Coco? Yeah, he is. So he's definitely a seabird. So I'm going to give you seabird to start off with. So sea is kind of like the waves. So you kind of draw in the waves. So that's got sea. And bird is just doing the little beak. So it's a seabird. So his name is Coco. So we're just doing the sea. And he's definitely a seabird. So I've got my hat on today because it's quite cold. And I've got my woolly. This one's woolly, so it's like getting a bit of wool and you're kind of parting the wool in your hand. So you're kind of grasping the wool in your hand and then pulling it apart. So that's got my woolly, and then it's just drawing kind of putting on a hat really, putting a hat on over your head. So I've got my woolly hat on because it's cold, And that's like shaking, isn't it? So where Coco comes from, Coco, very cold, isn't it, Coco? Where do you come from? Right. So he comes from Scotland. Scotland, I can do it with him, haven't I? That's Scotland. It's the bagpipes, Scotland. And he comes from the north of Scotland. The north, not the south, not the east, not the west. It's definitely the north of Scotland. Of Scotland, don't you, Coco? Yes, he does. And what do you do at the north of Scotland then? All right, yeah. Okay. So he likes to go into the sea and dive into the sea. So I'm going to give you dive into the sea first of all. So if you want to do dive, you need to put a platform first. Then you've got your two little fingers on there. And then it's diving. Diving. So he's diving into the sea. Do that one again. Diving. So you've got your two fingers there, your 2 feet, and then diving into the sea there. So it's like you're going into the sea and then you do the sea. So he dives into the sea, and what do you find then? What do you find? Oh, he likes to eat little fish. So he likes to eat little, because that's very small between those 2 fingers, isn't it? Little, and then it's like a fish. You're wiggling your hand, fish. So it's like a small fish, like sardines. Sardines, you like sardines and sand eels to eat, don't you? Oh yes, he does. So he dives off the cliffs. So he dives off the cliffs. So cliff is, you put your hand out like that, and then you do that. So it's a cliff. So it's like that's the top of the cliff and then it's going down. Sometimes people do that. But I'm going to do that. Cliff. So he dives off their cliff and into the sea. Don't you, Coco? He does. He certainly does. So yes, he is also, he's got his orange beak, because that's like an orange, and he's also got a yellow beak as well. So yellow is, you put your hand up and you draw in the line down, so it's Y. It's Y for yellow. So he's got an orange and yellow beak. He's got an orange and yellow beak. Yes, he has. And the rest of him is black and white. So black is this one, and white is this one. So it's like that. White. I used to do it with the teeth like that, but I think this one is actually white. But if you do this one, I think that's also okay. So he's got a black body and also he's got a white body. So that's a lot of things so far, and he comes from Scotland. So I'm going to give you those again. So we've got Coco, his name is Coco, and he is a a seabird, and he is black and white, and he likes going in the sea and diving into the sea for little fish, and he comes from the north of Scotland. So those are quite a few words, aren't they? So I'm going to also tell you that we've got a signed video just for you, and this one's all to do with animals and the alphabet. So I hope you'll like that. It'll be in the comment section below the video. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session on this cold day with my woolly hat, and we'll see you next week from me and Coco for more sign of the day. See you, Heathlands.